afternoon. I want to tell you about a community in northeastern Wisconsin called Kiel. Population 4,000. Its claim to fame, it was once the wooden shoe capital of Wisconsin. But last year, like so many communities across this country, Kiel found itself divided. A debate on the school board about race and gender had become so heated the town was nearly immobilized. Bomb threats closed the schools. Graduation ceremonies were postponed. The Memorial Day parade was canceled. And worse, people couldn't figure out how they'd found themselves in this moment. They said they didn't recognize one another. But then something extraordinary happened. Journalists at a nonprofit newsroom called Wisconsin Watch discovered that much of the information that was fueling the conflict was part of a misinformation campaign that was being fomented by forces outside of Kiel. And when Wisconsin Watch began reporting, the heat started to subside. One resident said, "Your reporting without a doubt helped save our community by allowing the citizens of Kiel, armed with the truth, to pull away from the grips of a small fringe group." You may have heard local news is dying. I'm here to tell you it's not. I lead the American Journalism Project, which is dedicated to building newsrooms in precisely the spirit of Wisconsin Watch, which I'm proud to say is one of our partners. A thrilling new generation of nonprofit local news organizations are changing the way we sustain community journalism in this country. We think local news should be regarded like any civic good: our museums, our libraries, and the other institutions that weave society together. And we're making this a reality by testing and refining and funding new local news models. Now let's be clear. The traditional business model of the local newspaper is in crisis. Over the last 2 decades, 1/3 of American newspapers have shuttered. On average, we lose 2 more every week, and it matters. Studies show that when people in communities lose a local paper, they're less likely to vote or participate in public life, and they become more polarized. Instead of drawing a sense of connection and identity from their neighbors, they turn to cable news and social media. It took a generation for the American news industry to unravel, and it will take a generation to fully rebuild it, but real progress is underway. In just the last 4 years, we've helped build or grow over 40 nonprofit news organizations across 32 states, all of them online, like Montana Free Press and Vermont Digger and El Paso Matters, and Mirror Indy and Signal Akron, both of which launched this week. And the 2023 Pulitzer Prize-winning Mississippi Today. We've raised $165 million to date, and we will keep going until every community has sustainable and trustworthy local news. It is not inevitable that we become more disconnected and ill-informed. People like the community in Kiel are proving that Americans don't just tell pollsters they trust local news, they will actively use it and support it if they have the opportunity. So the job for all of us now is to put on our wooden shoes, to support your local news outlet, and to grow and replicate the new models that are working. We will all be better for it. Thank you.